What is a personal guarantee for a business loan? Why is it required? And how do we get around it? That's exactly what we're about to decode in this training. By the end of this training, you're going to know everything you need to know about personal guarantees and how to avoid providing one. And if you stick around to the end of this training, I'm even going to give you access to financing you can get without providing a personal guarantee. Look, we got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. So what is a personal guarantee? Well, a personal guarantee is when you have to personally guarantee the debt that you're taking on for your business. So for example, if you get a loan with a personal guarantee, this means if you default on that loan or the business defaults on that loan, you are personally liable. That means they can actually attach it to your personal credit report. It means they can actually come after your personal assets. They can liquidate your bank account. They can take your stocks, your bonds. They can go after assets like your home, your vehicle. So the idea here is that we want to be able to get money to grow our business, but we don't want to take on personal liability when we don't need to. So why do we even need to in the first place? Well, a lot of loans require a personal guarantee because honestly, our business can't stand on its own. If you actually look at a lot of the definitions about personal guarantees, they're actually required when the business cannot stand on its own. So therefore, to get the financing, it relies on your guarantee, your credit, your liability to be able to secure the financing. We don't want to do that. So in order to do that, what we've got to do is we've got to build our business to a point where the business can get funding and stand on its own to get away from these personal guarantees. So for example, if we're building a business credit profile, then we can actually have the business qualify for its own financing without needing personal guarantees. There's other ways to do it as well that we're about to decode right now in this training. But before we do, let's first figure out, does a personal guarantee even adversely affect your consumer credit? Look, a lot of business owners have banged up credit to begin with, and the last thing they want to do is provide a guarantee and then hurt their consumer credit. Well, the reality is a guarantee itself doesn't hurt your consumer credit, but it kind of does. And here's what I mean by that. Providing a personal guarantee doesn't hurt your personal credit. But when you typically provide a personal guarantee, two things happen. First of all, that debt oftentimes reports on your consumer credit reports, and that does hurt you. If you have a loan, a credit line, a credit card report on your personal credit report, then it adversely affects your scores in areas like your utilization, whereas you use that revolving credit, or as you initially get the loan, your credit scores drop significantly. So we want to try to be able to take on debt for the business that doesn't report on our consumer credit reports, and oftentimes when we provide a personal guarantee, it does. So this is one of the reasons that we want to avoid guarantees altogether. And the other aspect of this is that when we provide a personal guarantee, usually the approval is based on our consumer credit quality, and that's not what we want. So what I mean by that is if a credit card for a business requires a personal guarantee, they're more than likely going to pull our personal credit report in almost all cases. So now our personal credit is being used to make the decision for the business to get a credit card, and if we ever default on that, the debt reports on our personal credit reports, and oftentimes even if we pay as agreed, the debt is still reported on our personal credit reports, which adversely affects our scores. So even though the guarantee itself doesn't adversely affect our consumer credit, by providing one, these other nuances make it really difficult for us to be able to grow our business and keep our personal credit safe. So how do we do this? Well, the answer is we stop providing personal guarantees when we don't need to. So how do we do this? How do we get money to fund our business without providing a personal guarantee? Well, there's really let's say there's three main ways to do it. The first of which is we can get financing that doesn't require personal guarantees. So when we look at the type of financing that's out there, some is based on credit, some is based on consistent revenue, some is based on some kind of asset being served up as collateral. And that column, that area of financing where we can serve up some kind of asset as collateral is notorious for not requiring guarantees. So what this means is if we don't want to provide a personal guarantee, we can look for financing that typically doesn't require it. And this is very easy to get if we have some kind of asset that can be served up as collateral. So if we have stocks or bonds or 401ks or IRAs, or sometimes even inventory, sometimes equipment financing, this type of financing oftentimes doesn't require personal guarantees. So if you have an asset worth money or someone around you does, there's a good possibility you can pledge that asset as collateral and get around personal guarantees altogether. The second way is build your business credit. Look, there's a reason that places like Dell don't require the founder, Michael Dell, to actually guarantee their debt. It's because if you look at Dell's credit report, they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trade lines or accounts on there that show that they've paid their debts as agreed. And this makes it really easy for new debt that they're taking on for those lenders to actually see that they've got a history of paying back their debt and issue high limit credit lines to the company without the owner needing a guarantee. But here's the great news. It's not just Dell. You can do exactly the same thing. By building your business credit, you're creating a credit profile for the business. You're creating an asset for the business. Now you can go in and get most types of credit cards, Visa cards, MasterCards. You can get auto financing. You can get credit at almost every store, from Apple, Dell, to HP, to being able to get gas cards at Sunoco, to Pilot Flying J, to Sam's Club. You get the idea. Even Nordstrom and Macy's offer this kind of revolving credit without a guarantee. And if you've established a business credit profile, you can start getting approved for this kind of credit. And the more accounts appear on that business credit profile, the more tiers or types of credit become available for you to fund your business, almost all of which is available without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. So if you want your business to stand on its own where it doesn't need a guarantee from you, then the best way to do it is to build a credit profile for your business. Then you're able to get a lot of different kind of financing, especially revolving credit, without providing a personal guarantee. And the third way around personal guarantees is just to ask. One of the most common types of financing right now is called revenue lending, cash flow financing, where you can just get money based on the fact that you have consistent revenue. Well, with this kind of financing, a lot of lenders require a guarantee and a lot of others don't. So the matter of just asking whether a personal guarantee is required or not and finding a lending source that doesn't require it gets you around the personal guarantee altogether. Now, don't get me wrong. There's financing like SBA loans where this is way tougher to do. Almost all SBA loans require guarantees because the lender you're getting it through, the Chase, the Bank of America, the conventional bank, requires them, and so does SBA. So sometimes the financing is really hard, if not impossible, to get around personal guarantees. But that's the whole point of this. You want to strategically use personal guarantees only when you need to, and you don't want to use them when you don't have to. So we want to focus on financing that's asset or collateral based to get around them. We want to be able to get business credit built and established because none of that's going to require a guarantee. We want to ask lenders if we need to or not and find a lender that will give us the financing without providing it. And if we do that, then we strategically have limited the amount of times that we're providing a personal guarantee, and we save it for the times like SBA loans when we may need it. So how can you do this? How can you build business credit? How can you access the financing that you need without guarantees? Well, there's really two things to do right now. First of all, check the link in this description and grab our guide that's been downloaded over 1 million times that maps out the exact steps to build your business credit. We're going to teach you how to structure your business the right way. We're going to walk you through the tiers of business credit building. We're going to teach you how to get starter vendors and start your initial business credit reports. Everything you need to know to successfully build your business credit. The roadmap to success is in this guide. It's 100% free. Just check out the link in the description. While you're there, make sure you also get in touch with us using our information, our phone number, 877-600-2487, and our link to schedule a consult where you get a free finance assessment. On this finance assessment, we will make sure your fundability is intact so you can get the most fundability or funding for your business. The second thing that we will do is we will help talk you through building your business credit. We'll get your business credit reports for free, and we'll give you tips and tactics to actually successfully build business credit to get away from personal guarantees. Plus, we'll do a finance assessment to talk to you about all the money that you can qualify for right now, including the financing options you have that don't require a guarantee. The assessment is 100% free, and all you have to do is check out the information in this description to be able to grab it. Did you get value from this training? If you got value from this training, then make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for our next training. We're talking about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business.